talking like crazy. And we try, I tried talking to her, everything about getting things fixed, and she just dismisses it. We were using the empty lot next door to us. And then Heidi told us that we can't do shared lots no more. So, we're not cleaning up that lot, anything. And she told us that we needed to clean up the weeds and stuff in that lot. Well, we've asked Joe, who was the old maintenance. I think there's still maintenance. I don't know. I still see him around.
Today, we're diving into a dramatic standoff between tenants and their landlord that has escalated all the way to court. On one side, the landlord claims the property is in complete disarray, dogs running wild, rabbits in the bathroom, and a smell he calls ungodly. On the other, the tenants insist they've been ignored for years while crucial repairs went undone. No working toilets, holes in floors, broken locks, and even no heat in the bedroom. Who's really at fault? Is this a case of negligent management, or are the tenants exaggerating the chaos? Stick around, because the twists in this eviction battle are about to get real intense.
You tell me the history of, since your employment, the condition of her home and lot, and how you've responded to that.
Okay, on May 2nd, she was served a notice and a copy of the rules encouraging her to have the issues resolved by May 9th. On May 15th, we again sent an additional notice and informed her there was going to be an in-home inspection on June 6th to confirm the fact that she had improved her home, the cleanliness of overall, the inside, outside, the animal feces and such. On Tuesday, the 6th of June, when I personally proceeded to do the home inspection, there was 3 dogs in kennels, rabbits in the bathroom. The odor was ungodly. At that time, they continued to explain to me the damage of the home, that it needed repairs, etc., from the previous management, and how unhappy they were, and shared with me that they would be looking for a new place and would move. And here we are today, that they have refused to not only clean up their home, their lot is in excessive disarray today, and have refused to move.
And with regard to any repairs that you were told about upon the time of your inspection, would you be able to have workers make repairs in that home?
No, the odor, the house, I don't know if even the home will be salvageable after they vacate. The condition is uninhabitable, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Andrews, anything you want to tell me?
Yeah, I do. She mentioned that we tried mentioning about what was wrong in the trailer, and she said, well, I'm not here for that, and wouldn't, let us even explain. I've lived here 4.5 years. I've never really had issues with anything. We've had lots of issues inside this trailer. The toilet doesn't work really. They never put linoleum down. My floor is sagging. We've got holes. My windows don't even lock or anything. Let's see. We don't have heat in my bedroom or anything like that. Like, we have a lot of things wrong with this trailer, and I've constantly mentioned it and everything, and nothing's ever gotten done. We are moving. I am trying to get out of here as soon as possible. We had an unexpected death happen last night, so we're trying to work around that and everything and get out of here, because no, I'm not happy, because I have been told by numerous, not by, I think her name's Heidi, not by her, but by the old manager, Jackie, telling everyone that I'm a crack whore, all kinds of stuff, talking like crazy. And we try, I tried talking to her, everything about getting things fixed, and she just dismisses it. We were using the empty lot next door to us. And then Heidi told us that we can't do shared lots no more. So, we're not cleaning up that lot, anything. And she told us that we needed to clean up the weeds and stuff in that lot. Well, we've asked Joe, who was the old maintenance. I think there's still maintenance. I don't know. I still see him around, to bring a trailer so we could load it up. But now if we're not doing shared lots, why do I have to clean that up? I never understood that. Never been late in payments, none of that stuff until now. I don't know if Heidi doesn't like me or whatever, but I've never had any kind of complaints, anything like that. I've always paid on time, never anything. Like, I've kept to myself. And we have no storage here at all. Like, I can't put stuff under the trailer. The closets ain't, big enough. Heidi complained about my bikes, which is my kids' bikes, outside, and we did cover it up with tarp because we are in. Yes, you did, Heidi. Please don't. I have a witness. I can grab my fiance. She said that wasn't acceptable. She made us get rid of my cage that we had outside that we'd put our rabbits in, and then she told me my rabbits need to be outside. Well, how can I do that if I don't have the cage? I don't know, what the deal is, but never had any kind of issues until she came in. I mean,
This,
don't know if they don't like me or something, but I've never had any issues. I was never disrespectful to anyone. I even got a notice saying that I was being disrespectful to maintenance, and I was never disrespectful to maintenance.
all right,
And
let's leave, hold on, let's just leave that part out. We don't really need to go there. Ms. Mackinson, do you have any questions for her?
No, Your Honor, I guess basically, when do you think you'll be able to find a new place?
I have to go, I'm moving up to Millersburg, and I'm trying to save up the money to get a U-Haul to get all of my stuff out of here. I was going to try and ask for a couple more days, just so I can get
everything. Assuming that the court is willing to grant, the judgment today.
Here's where it gets interesting. The tenant paints a picture of months, if not years, of neglect, highlighting structural issues, lack of heat, and poor security. From a legal standpoint, these claims could constitute a breach of the landlord's duty to provide a habitable property. But the landlord counters with repeated notices and inspections, claiming the tenant simply refused to comply with cleanup requests. This is the classic landlord-tenant clash. Who's responsible for maintaining the property versus who's responsible for simply living there? And what's really at stake? Beyond unpaid rent, it's about habitability, safety, and the law's ability to mediate these real-life conflicts. So, audience question, if you were in the tenant's shoes, would you stay or move out immediately?
You legally have 10 days. Would that be enough for you?
I hope so. Yeah. Sorry.
Is that, Max, I don't have a calendar in front of me. Does that fall on a weird, like a Friday or something?
Let's see.
Yeah, I was told I'd have until April 14th by my the attorney, because it was on a weekend, if you did give me 10 days.
So it would be the 11th, but I'd be okay with giving her through that weekend, Your Honor, out by Sunday the 13th.
Okay. This, I'm just given everything I've heard, and quite frankly, the fact that you want to move to, let's, I'll grant a possession only judgment with a writ after August 13th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you'll get a copy of you'll get a copy of that, Miss Andres.
Okay. How would I get a copy exactly? Is that going to come in the mail or? Okay.
Yeah, we'll send it to you. Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right. Good luck, Gia.
Good luck.
All right. See, let me ask you some questions in the meantime too. What are you looking just to move, or what's going on just before we continue?
So I was hoping to not move originally. I like my neighbors, not the downstairs neighbors, the people that live in the other houses. It's a good school district. I have built a garden, got my pool set up. So I wasn't planning on moving, but due to his inability to repair any issues or to evict the neighbors that have been harassing me, breaking my property, threatening me, having the police called 20 times since June 20 plus times since June 3rd, I have decided that I will be moving out. I am here just to request that I have until September 1st, as that's the day that the house that I'm moving into is opening.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Mr. Hobbs, is there rent owing? Let's start out with that, I guess. It says $1,500 rent paid through April.
Plus 110 in court costs.
Plus 110 in court costs. So it's showing $1,610 owing. Is that right?
Correct.
Is there, she wants till September 1st. Is there any way you can just give her till September 1st?
I can. I'm willing to work with her.
Oh, you're being easier than I thought. I thought that's what was going to be my big issue. So, Miss D, if he gives you till September 1st, you can move out by then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So because you guys are both actually a lot closer than I thought. So if we do,
Yeah.
if we do a, are you're, I'm sorry, you're moving into another rental unit? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm moving into a house in
A
Frankenmuth.
house?
Well far away from Flint
Okay.
for this
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Did Mr. Lowry talk to you anything about doing like a conditional dismissal, something like that? You say anything like that?
He did. We spoke very briefly because he was on his way out the door and I lost service a few times. So basically, he told me to express to you that I am not living here willingly. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be living in this apartment. It's inhabitable. It's falling apart. There's mold. It's unsafe. I'm constantly being threatened. My car, just a few days ago, the neighbors that he rents to living downstairs threw paint cans at my car, slashed my tires, covered my entire car with paint.
Yeah, let's not go.
So I am trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's just leave it.
So I am trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. So he just said that basically to mention to you that I don't want to live here and that I am getting out.
Okay. Mr. Hobbs, and I assume all you want is just to have her move as well. Is that right?
That's right. But I would like, Your Honor, we are trying to make improvements to the property. I cannot get into the property.
Yeah, no, I know. And I don't want to, for both your sakes, I'm just trying to eliminate issues and just kind of work with both of you, just have them move out by September 1st. If,
I'm fine with that.
If I make it, if I can trust, I guess not you so much, Mr. Hobbs, because it's your case, but see if you can be moved out by that date, the easiest way for me to do this is to put down on the file that you're to be moved out by September 1st, because that's what Mr. Hobbs is, being, I say kind enough, he wants to just have you move too. If I just make a note by that date, usually I would do a conditional dismissal. And I'd sign a conditional dismissal saying, listen, you got to be moved out by that date, or otherwise he can come in and, get an eviction. Does that make sense for both of you to do it that way?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. And then that way, if you're moved out, it just gets dismissed on that date. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And while we're here, Keith, I do want to mention that you can absolutely reach out to me to make any repairs. I've only gotten a text from a random number from a guy from Craigslist demanding to get into my house in 30 minutes. It was creepy. But if you reach out to me, absolutely, you can have somebody come in and work on the property.
Melissa, I don't know his schedule, and he comes where he can. So I gave him your number so that he could call you directly without getting me in the middle of it, because sometimes
you didn't let me know that anybody was going to be contacting me, so I wasn't sure if it was somebody from downstairs, somebody that's harassing me and threatening me, trying to get into my house. So I told him to have you call me to get confirmation that it was you sending him, and then instead he just sent me a nasty text.
Okay.
But Keith, I have no problem with letting anybody into the apartment. I've never had an issue with that. I've always been kind, understanding, patient, and you give me a 30-minute notice, I have always let you in.
Let's do the, what do I have a court date around September 1st? Like around the 5th? Okay, let's do this, guys. I'm going to make a note. I put it down as a conditional dismissal and to move out by September 1st, okay? And then I'm just going to put down let's put down a date for September 5th at 9:30, and I'm just going to, we'll have a notice sent out for September 5th at 9:30.
Okay.
But if neither of you shows, if nobody shows up, I'll just dismiss it. You know, that way
I don't
we
know
don't have any.
if or not, but that day after, the 5th is the day after Labor Day. I don't know if it makes a difference or not.
No,
Neither of us will have to show up, Dr. Hobbs. It's not an issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got a, yeah, I appreciate that too. But it's a court date for us, so, you know, I'll
Okay.
just put it on for that 5th. But if nobody shows up, I'm just going to dismiss it. in case
Okay.
For both your sakes, okay?
Yep.
Yes, I'm looking forward to quickly getting my sanity back. Thank you, Judge Goggins.
All right, for both your sakes. I think it's probably time just everybody part ways.
Yes.
We'll just do it that way, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks. Have a great day.
All right,
Thank
you too. You too. Mr. Hobson.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you renting the property to Eric Brown and Michelle Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the rental rate?
$1,100 monthly at this time is $3,300 for back rent and $190 in legal fees.
In court costs, you mean?
Correct.
Okay, I've got, let's see, how do we get three? It looks like 3 months. What months are due and owing? Are you asking for?
I'm not including August rent. So the
Okay,
previous
so
3 months.
So what? So it'd be what? May, June, July? Is that right?
Correct.
May, June, July. And let's see here. Is there a written lease agreement, or is this just month to month? What's the arrangement?
It's a written lease agreement. I purchased the property with Eric Brown and Michelle Johnson already in the property. First, I contacted them and let them know I was the new owner, looking to proceed with the lease, and they told me they were not going to pay any rent. My first initial eviction notice, I tried to just file for possession of property. Then they had legal counsel that told me that I had to file for loss of rent, and that's where we are right now, Your Honor.
Oh, I see. Was this, you know, when Mr. Brown said this is something happened before, is this a new filing? Is that what happened?
This is the second time around on this filing.
Okay, but was there another filing before this one? I just
Correct.
trying
It
to
was
get it in my
previously on your
mind.
docket before, Your Honor.
Okay, and the other one was, I think I remember, was it, how was it filed the last time?
I just filed possession of property and I was not looking for any funds for loss of rent. And then legal counsel told me, and you told me, Your Honor, that I need to file for a loss of rent.
Gotcha, okay. Mr. Brown, what is it you wanted to tell me?
Our lease agreement was not with him, sir. Our lease agreement was with who he bought the house from.
Okay,
And our last contact with her was at the end of May, where she told us to hold the rent. We're currently in court with her. We have a court appearance tomorrow morning, because we're suing her because we had an agreement with her to buy the house from her initially. She sold the house to him in April. So that was how that came to pass. When he called us, you know.
well, how can you, so you're staying at this house. Okay, you're staying at this house under a lease agreement with somebody else. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. It's not with Mr. Weatherly.
Okay, but so Mr. Weatherly is telling me though that there's no rent been paid since May.
Correct. Our agreement isn't with him. Our agreement.
But if he owns the property, help me out with that. I'm not sure why you can just stay there for free if he owns the property.
We're not staying for free, sir. Like I said, our agreement was with the previous owner. We got a signed lease agreement with her. It wasn't with him.
So where's the funds for the up to this point then? The $3,300 that he's talking about, May, June, July.
May, June, July. I've got money. You know, I've got money.
Where's it at though? I guess that's what if you're suing her for whatever, I'm not sure what you're suing the other one for, the other owner.
We're suing her. We're suing her for, you know, the money that we put into the house. Like I said, initially we were supposed to be buying the house. That was why the lease agreement was written up in the first place, was until the deed was gotten out of probate court. So we had an agreement with her. We had a signed agreement with her to buy the house when the deed came out of probate court. In between that time, I don't know what they had going on. She ends up selling him the house. So we've been going back and forth with it.
So is the matter done with probate court?
The matter is in circuit.
Yeah, at probate court or circuit court? What?
There's no probate court case on. I'm the owner of the property, Your Honor. He's trying to state that he has a land contract, something like that. He only has a residential lease. And like I let them know, I purchased the property, which takes ownership of their residential lease. Talked to them and asked them did they want to continue the lease, and they told me they was not paying any funds, they're not going to pay rent, and they're not going to pay anything. And that's when I said, okay, I will just handle it according to actual possession of the property. Once Your Honor told me that I couldn't get possession of the property, I filed for loss of rent.
Okay, so Mr. Weatherly, hold on, guys. So Mr. Weatherly, I don't see attached a copy of the lease agreement either.
You have attached a copy of the lease agreement.
I don't. When did you do that?
From the last docket, Your Honor.
Well, you got to do it on this file. This is a brand new file. It's got to be attached to this file.
I didn't have a copy of the lease agreement, Your Honor. They actually showed it to you last time. Legal counsel, they had it from that original
I don't care.
document.
It's your. But see, the thing is, this is your complaint. You got to have things in order. I don't have any lease agreement in here.
Okay.
How can I make a decision on something that apparently is going to include a lease agreement of some sort between you guys?
I have a copy of the agreement right here. Let me see if I can just pull it up.
Well, no, I'm not going to have you pull it up because it's going to be too hard for me on the screen today. Mr. Lowry, were you involved in this originally? Is that what?
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Brown contacted us when the last case was filed. I believe Mr. Weatherly had acquired the property from the previous owner, had sought to terminate their tenancy, but there was a valid lease agreement with the previous owner, which in my position would run with the property, not the individual owner.
Yeah.
Mr. Weatherly, I believe either the court dismissed or he voluntarily dismissed, but either way, that action was dismissed. And I believe he's here to pursue his right under a non-payment action, which I think because the lease agreement would travel with the property, he would have a right to pursue under that.
That's what I kind of thought. I just want to make sure I was on the same page with what happened before.
Yes, I think last time when we assisted Mr. Brown, there was a termination of tenancy pending, but obviously if there's a lease for a term, then, absent some kind of violation, he had a right to continue that tenancy. And I think Mr. Weatherly acknowledged that there was a lease there, but he, does have a right to pursue non-payment if in fact there is evidence to show there's rent now.
Thank you, Mr. Lowry. I thought that's where we were at, but I just didn't want to, with probate court and circuit, I don't know what was going on. Mr. Brown, what is there a lease agreement outstanding that you with this house or whatever it is, this apartment?
Yes, because in May when everything started, when we got the information that the house had been sold, we contacted who we were renting the house from initially, and she stopped returning our calls. Previously, the last time we had talked to her, she told us to hold the rent. So we've just held it.
I got you.
That's pretty much where we've been at. And in between that time, like I said, since everything happened, we wanted our money back for the money that we put into the house. Like I said, we were under the impression that we were going to be living here long term, and that didn't happen. So, we had to get some sort of compensation. But I told Mr. Weatherly initially after the first phone call that I was willing to work something out. My whole problem was the timing and the way everything was handled because we weren't in the loop of anything.
Your Honor, they made physical threats, violent, vulgar comments. It was nothing, no professionalism. I talked to Mr. Brown. Michelle Brown called back threatening, telling why they're not going to pay nothing, what they were going to do to the house. It just went totally unprofessional. That's when I asked for just possession of the property. I wasn't looking for any loss of rent. And then their lease is up in September the 1st. I have a copy of the lease. I can email it to you right now. I'm looking dead at it.
Okay.
It seemed like they're just taking advantage of the courtroom. They're just continuing to stretch it out as some professional squatters and refuse to pay rent. It's not their first time around, it seems like.
So Mr. Weatherly, or Mr. Brown, I guess, are you contesting that Mr. Weatherly owns the property at all?
No, I'm not contesting that. I'm not
Okay, so
contesting that at all.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask for a deed or anything to the property then from either one of you. So I'm going to assume, with what everybody's telling me, that Mr. Weatherly, you're the owner of this property, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you've got a copy of the lease agreement. Can you email it over to me?
Yes.
Why don't we do this? This will save everybody another court date. Mr. Weatherly, Weatherly versus Eric Brown and Michelle Johnson. Mr.
Yes, sure.
Weatherly, I received one single page, says residential lease.
That's the lease that I received from the owner, but I believe from the previous docket that legal counsel has the original copy.
Well, we're going to go with this new file. If it's not here, it's not here. We're going to proceed with whatever I have in front of me. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, let's see, the lease expires September 1st of this year anyways. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Brown, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Both of you understand that you're still under oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Weatherly, I guess the bottom line is, what do you want me to do with your lease agreement here with Brown and Johnson?
I would like loss of rent. I really would like to terminate the lease on basis for grounds of non-payment.
Okay, the best I can do, you didn't file this as it's a possession only. So what you've done is ask for possession only on the property. Mr. Brown, your residential lease ends September 1st anyways. You got a month.
Mm-hmm. We're looking to relocate because like I said, this was it wasn't what we signed up for initially.
Okay.
You know, like I said, it was our intention to buy. We've been misplaced out of our original home since last year, since we moved in here. So it's, you know, this whole thing it's a real inconvenience right now. But I don't want to deal with the stress or the headache, you know, and I don't want to put anybody out any more time or anything like that. So like, I just think, and it's just in my family's best interest just to leave. So that's
how much time do you need to move out?
If we can get I just want to ride the lease out. Because like I said, like this wasn't planned. You know what I mean? So like it's like we had time and money put into everything that we've been doing here. So like I said, if we could just ride the lease out, you know, we'd be gone before we'll be gone by then. So
Mr. Weatherly, how much time can you give him to move? Let's do that first.
14 days.
I'm sorry, what?
14 days, weeks.
14 days. That'd be it's a more reasonable time period for me. That would get, let's see. Let me just see here. Yeah, that would get you through the weekend, August 14th. All right, let's do it this way. There's not going to be a money judgment. It just Mr. Brown and Ms. Johnson have to move by, given everything I've heard, move by August 14th. That'll give you through at least halfway through, Mr. Brown, okay? August 14th, that'll get you through that weekend as well. Okay, I'll sign a judgment to that effect for both of you.
all right.
All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome, both of you. Thanks for hanging in there with me.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
All right.
Please subscribe to help the channel.
After weighing the landlord's claims and the tenant's grievances, the court ultimately set a firm move-out date of August 14th, giving the tenants a reasonable window to relocate while allowing the landlord to regain possession. This case underscores the importance of clear lease agreements, timely maintenance, and open communication between landlords and tenants. For anyone watching, it's a cautionary tale. Always document your repairs, your payments, and your communications. And for our viewers who love these courtroom dramas, make sure to hit like, share your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think handled this case better? And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.